Hello, grade 9s. Today we're going to go over a new subject of species variation and inheritance. You'll be introduced to 3 new terms: DNA, genes, and chromosomes. So if we look amongst ourselves, we see that we're not the same. We're all unique in some way. This is called species diversity. Humans have different hair color and eye color. We see variation amongst other species like dogs and tigers. So what gives us this variation? Well, it's something we call DNA. Before we go into defining DNA, I want you to pull out your worksheets because we're going to be filling in our boxes throughout this lesson. All right, so DNA. What is DNA? DNA is the hereditary material in all organisms that codes for the unique characteristics that make us all unique. Like I have blonde hair, some people have brown hair. So on our worksheet, we're going to write down our definition. All right, our definition: DNA is the hereditary material in all organisms. What structure does DNA come in? Well, it comes in a double helix. It's kind of like a twisted ladder. All right, so what kind of things can DNA code for and make those special instructions? Well, I want you guys to clasp your hands together. Is it your right hand or your left hand that goes on the top? Try going the other way. Does it feel kind of funny? That's because your DNA did not code for your body to do that. The natural way is whichever hand went over first. Same with crossing your arms. Which way feels natural? Try going the other way. Just doesn't feel quite right. Everybody give me a thumbs up. What does your thumb look like? Mine's pretty bent. Some people have straight thumbs. Okay, these are observable hereditary traits that our DNA codes for. But not everything that DNA codes for is stuff that we can observe. So I want everyone who has an allergy in the class to put up your hand. All right, you can see amongst your own peers that some people have allergies and some don't. This is an example of a non-observable hereditary trait. Okay, you can write these examples down in your extra notes if you want. As a bit of a review, we know that cells are the basic unit of life and that the human body is made up of trillions of cells. And in almost every single cell in our body, there's DNA. And if you stretch out that DNA, it's about 2 meters long. And now that's a lot. So how do we get 2 meters of DNA times a trillion into one single body? Well, it's in this nifty package called a chromosome. A chromosome is a thread-like package that can wrap up DNA so it's nice and compact and can fit inside our cells. Okay, we got that 2 meters into a nice small package. So on your worksheet, under the chromosome, we're going to write down our definition. Now we're going to draw our structure. All right, here's our chromosome as a package, and here's our DNA, our double helix that we already drew, and it's wrapping around in tight circles on our chromosome to make a package. All right? So now we know DNA codes for our unique characteristics, and this is how our DNA is packaged. But what really gives us hair color or eye color? Well, that's what we call a gene. A gene is a section of our DNA that codes for a specific trait, like hair color, eye color, or our height. So on our worksheet, we're going to write down this definition. Okay. A gene is a section of DNA that codes for a specific heritable trait. So if we draw our double helix, it is one section of our DNA that makes one gene. And on the next section, you might have a different gene. the introduction of our 3 new terms for today, DNA, chromosomes, and genes, and now we'll begin the rest of our lesson.